This is a guide for Darmal East jump runs the way I like to do them. I'll just get right into it. The idea is that you do part of Darmal East with a few people for the herbs, the loot, the books, and the 2 rich thorium veins at the end. For this, I'd recommend going with a group of 3 people. You should have at least 1 herbalist and 1 miner. You can bring any damage dealer really, but note that the water elemental is immune to frost damage. Bringing a shaman, preferably as healer, makes this run a lot smoother. I'll go over why throughout this guide. Darmal East has 2 entrances, one northern and one southern. I always go north, but it might be possible to go south. As you get inside, avoid the patrols. Make sure to have full health before jumping or you will die. Remember that when you return after wiping. When jumping, you should aim for either this stone or this bush. Getting past the patrol is tricky. They move fast. We usually clear 1 pack of lashers and then run along the road to the big treant. If you stand at his feet, you're safe. Note that the small lashers in large packs are the easiest to kill. If you have stone skin totem, just slam it down and you can probably take on the whole pack yourself as a healer. Note that the small lashers are immune to nature damage. Make sure to pick all safe flowers you can. Dream foil, Grom's blood and ghost mushrooms are all quite valuable. After the lashers comes the satyrs. You might encounter a stealthing one, so beware. As for the pack to the left, just avoid by hugging the right wall. The first boss is, as I mentioned, immune to frost damage, but he also deals quite a lot of damage and has a stacking debuff that reduces your stamina by 10 points per application. This can be applied at least 20 times, reducing health by 200 stamina. It is, however, a magic and can be dispelled. The water elementals deal frost damage. This is where your frost resistance totem makes it incredibly easy. Without it, you'll probably have to spam max ranks heals constantly. He summon adds, which do very low damage but does push back on the healer, so kill them. He also does a ranged attack which throws away players. Make sure to stand in a line, hugging the right wall, so this won't throw you into the nearby packs of satyrs. Next, you run across the pool, and right after the pillar, you run to the right wall, hop upon the ledge and skip the trash. You might encounter a stealther running up to the satyr boss. Here, you want to be careful not to pull accidentally, which you will do if you jump down from the ledge. Try and have the healer line of sight the boss, but not the tank. He applies a dot, which does decent damage, and sacrifices a random target, dealing 300 damage per second for 7 seconds. If the healer and tank are placed properly, the healer won't be targeted by sacrifice. Frost mages can ice block out of it. Make sure to place all your totems inside the boss's line of sight, as he can sacrifice them as well. Best case scenario is him just sacrificing your fire totem, which you then put down again. Yet again, being a shaman makes this fight much easier. Be ready to quickly heal a target if both sacrifice and the dot is doing damage. Once he is dead, you jump down from his balcony and run back. Once down in the courtyard again, you want to have someone talk to the ancients and the rest hug the right wall. Run up and be careful avoiding patrols. Before the first death lasher, go left and then run to the door while keeping an eye out for patrols. Once through the door, just run down to the trash before the last boss. There are 3 packs with some lashers. These needs to be killed or they will aggro while fighting the boss. Once fighting the boss, you want to be ready to place down the right totems. He can put a poison on some players, which drains their mana by 200 mana per second. Counter this with poison cleansing. He can apply a disease that does damage over time and reduces strength by 100. Counter by disease cleansing. Once he goes into wolf form, place stone skin to lower the damage taken. At 50%, he will spawn small imps. With stone skin, they deal 1 damage per attack. The healer can aggro them and then jump up and down this ledge, forcing them to run back and forth, buying you all time. Once he is dead, you can now run to the open cave and let the miner take his veins. As they can contain quite valuable crystals and gems, it could be a good idea to have him pass on boss loot to even out the gold. You run out and will appear very close to the northern Darmal East entrance again. Rinse and repeat. You might have done this on private servers, but it appears to be harder here. Higher mob density in the courtyard, faster patrols, and bosses having certain mechanics that needs to be countered. Few people have the gear to two-man this, as of now at least. I don't know exactly how much gold per hour this yields, but it's a decent minimum. It can vary greatly. You might also get the Forwar's Compendium of Dragon Slaying by doing this. Run might give you 10 gold, or it could potentially give you several times more than that. It is, however, a reliable way for healers and tanks to farm gold, and I find it to be slightly challenging, so it's not boring at least. I hope you found this guide helpful, like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more.